Welcome to the Deep Dive. We're the place you come to when you've got a stack of sources, articles, maybe some research, and you need someone to sift through it all and pull out, well, the really important stuff.
Exactly. We give you the key insights, the takeaways, basically a shortcut to getting up to speed.
And hopefully we do it with a few interesting facts, maybe a bit of humor along the way. So today, we're diving into something really special. Imagine this scene. Four pensioners, it's mid-morning, they're having their 11s, right? And they're seriously discussing whether they should report the dead body they just found before or after they finish their tea and biscuits.
Huh. That tells you everything, doesn't it? This isn't your standard gritty detective story.
Not at all.
Yeah.
And that scene perfectly sets up our topic, Richard Osman's incredible bestseller, The Thursday Murder Club. We're digging into this based on a fantastic review you sent over.
Mm-hmm.
And our mission, really, is to figure out why this book blew up. Fastest-selling debut crime novel in UK history, apparently. So what's the magic formula? That mix of cozy mystery and really sharp wit.
Yeah, and what's it saying underneath all that? About getting older, about being seen or not seen, about community.
Exactly.
Because what gets me right away is how it flips your expectations. You know, who gets to be the hero? It's not who you usually see. And it looks at how these different generations kind of navigate a world that's just full of secrets.
Yeah, it's more than just a whodunit. It feels like it's asking us to look again at the wisdom we often just, ignore.
Totally.
So that rethinking, that reevaluation you mentioned, that seems absolutely key. The whole idea is this group of retirees. They just decide, right, we'll solve the crimes.
Mm-hmm.
The review we read had a great line, called it less a whodunit and more a who didn't do it yet might have had a good try.
That's brilliant. It sets the tone perfectly, doesn't it? It's clever, it's witty, not your typical dark noir.
Definitely not. And the setting for all this,
Yeah.
charming chaos, is Cooper's Chase. It sounds lovely, this picture-perfect retirement village in the Kentish hills.
Very peaceful sounding.
Until someone turns up dead, obviously. They meet every Thursday in the Jigsaw room. I mean, could it sound more harmless?
You'd think so.
But this group, this quartet of detectives,
Yeah.
wow. Let's meet them. First up is Elizabeth. She's the founder,
Right.
former MI5. You just know small talk for her is like, I don't know, cracking Cold War codes.
Probably.
Apparently, her interrogation style involves offering you homemade shortbread while using psychological warfare tactics. The review said she's part Judi Dench, part John le Carré, all twinkle and steel.
And she really is the strategist, isn't she? Her past isn't just color. It gives her this incredible ability to read people, maybe manipulate them a little.
Just a bit.
Yeah. And Osman uses that to show how skills society thinks are, outdated are actually super useful for solving problems.
Absolutely. Then you've got Ibrahim. He's an Egyptian psychiatrist.
Ah, yes.
He looks at motives like most people check the weather forecast.
Yeah.
The review called him a neurochemical ballast for the group.
I like that.
So he keeps things grounded, right? You can spot PTSD, diagnose depression. He reminds them the brain doesn't just switch off at 65, it ages differently.
That's such an important layer. It moves beyond just good guys versus bad guys. It gets into the psychology, the why behind it all. He's the analytical foil to Elizabeth's spycraft.
Totally. Then there's Ron, retired union guy, a real firebrand.
Oh, Ron.
Apparently once picketed the Queen, now he pickets the coffee machine. He's described as the it of the group, just raw energy.
Yeah, yells at bureaucrats.
And makes friends with biker gangs because, and this is a direct quote, they've got excellent pensions.
Uh-huh. That's fantastic. It's that sort of street-level savvy, isn't it? He understands power in a different way.
Yeah, working class resilience. He brings that connection to the everyday world, even the slightly less everyday biker gangs.
A perspective the others might miss.
And finally, there's Joyce. She rounds out the group. Former nurse, very sweet-natured.
Right, her diary entries are key.
Exactly. They give us exposition, but also the emotional temperature. She writes things like, I do hope no one is murdered. It would be such a shame.
So wonderfully understated.
And that famous line about murder being like a colonoscopy, unpleasant, but you do feel better afterwards, delivered with such innocence.
It's just brilliant character work. And Osman uses them, like you said, not just for laughs, but to make this point about how we underestimate older people.
Okay, so
Their combined experience, their, institutional memory, plus all the free time.
Yeah.
It makes them surprisingly effective. That's the big joke, isn't it? Society ignores them, but they have exactly what's needed.
So this local developer gets killed, garroted with his own tie. naturally.
Of course.
And the club just thinks police are too slow, so they basically take over, quietly.
Mm-hmm.
And they uncover this whole mess, money laundering, dodgy church roof grants.
And artisanal cheese. Don't forget the cheese.
Can't forget the cheese. It's this very British tangle of secrets, all unraveled by the people everyone else overlooks.
Yeah, their invisibility is almost like their secret weapon. They can poke around, ask questions. No one really suspects them. It's a really clever twist on things.
And that twist takes us right into the tone.
Yeah.
The review nailed it. Cozy with razor wire.
That's such a good description.
It's got that comfort of a village mystery, but then this sudden sharpness, this wit, like getting a nice cuppa from someone who knows exactly where the bodies are buried.
And that balance is why I think so many people love it. It lets Osman tackle serious stuff, greed, loss, justice, without it getting too dark or depressing.
It's entertaining, but makes you think.
Right. Comfort and cleverness together.
And Osman's background, from quiz shows like Pointless, it's not about trivia, but his comic timing is just perfect.
Sada.
The humor often comes from these mundane observations that are just savage. Like the detective saying the only thing more dangerous than a gun is a developer with a spreadsheet.
Huh. Yes. Or Elizabeth telling some hitman, basically, don't flatter yourself, I've seen worse in Beirut.
Exactly. Or Ron worrying about his complexion clashing with a tactical vest during a standoff.
Or Elizabeth faking losing her cat, Chairman Meow, to disable a camera.
Chairman Meow, it's brilliant. And it's all about character, isn't it? It shows you who they are.
That's the razor wire, though, because underneath the laughs, the violence is mostly off stage, yeah, but the emotions are really sharp. Like when Joyce says she worries that being old means people stop seeing you. The review said that line lands like a bruise beneath the sponge cake.
Oof, yeah. That hits hard. It's that contrast again. Every scone comes with a side of existential dread.
It really does. But the humor, it's kind, isn't it? No one's mocked for being old. They're mocked for being boring, maybe.
Or maybe just incompetent bureaucrat.
Right. Even the killer gets a moment of understanding. Like they just mixed up money with self-worth, which is, sadly relatable, even if murder isn't.
It adds that layer of empathy, doesn't it? It's not just black and white. It hints that everyone's shaped by pressures, by society, just like the main characters are dealing with being made invisible.
Exactly.
Okay, so let's talk structure. The actual murder. The review calls it a MacGuffin in sensible shoes.
Uh-huh. Good one. So the thing driving the plot, but not really the main point itself?
Right. What really grabs you is digging into the village's secrets.
Yeah.
Layer after layer. Like knots within cardigans.
That raises a good point, doesn't it? How does all that complex plotting and all those detailed side characters, how does that make the mystery better? It makes the whole village feel alive, like it's a character, too.
Yeah, it does.
It suggests that every little thing, every small detail could be important, which is sort of how we deal with information overload in real life.
Yeah.
Trying to see the pattern.
That's true. And you're uncovering all sorts.
Yeah.
Dodgy land deals, fake grant applications.
Vicar laundering drug money through stained glass restoration.
You couldn't make it up. It's this whole tapestry of small-town life, but with, major felonies.
And Osman plants clues so cleverly. Like breadcrumbs, a wrongly labeled gravestone, an unfinished crossword.
The sudden appearance of gluten-free biscuits. You start looking at everything suspiciously.
He trusts you, as the reader, to try and piece it together alongside the club. It's really engaging. He's not just telling you, he's inviting you in.
And he throws in some great red herrings, too. Really obvious ones sometimes, like a mysterious Slovakian hitman.
Or a locked room mystery that just turns out to be full of jigsaws.
Exactly. Keeps you guessing. So when the reveal comes, it feels surprising, but also inevitable.
Yeah, satisfyingly inevitable was the phrase. The kind where you think, oh, of course, and you want to go back and find all the clues you missed.
That's the mark of a really well-crafted plot. And even the minor characters feel real, don't they? The Polish builder sending money home.
The vicar with the cocaine habit.
The pathologist juggling autopsies and grandkids' football games. The review called the village a petri dish of late capitalist Britain.
That's such a sharp observation because it shows how this cozy setting is actually reflecting bigger issues, property bubbles, drugs, privatization.
Right.
It makes the mystery feel relevant, not just escapist. Those side characters aren't just scenery, they represent these bigger forces.
So beyond the plot, beyond the whodunit, there's this deeper thing going on, isn't there? About being seen, having agency, especially when you get older.
Yes. And that connection to real-world values, societal values, is so important. It's not just a murder mystery. It's almost a quiet manifesto.
How so?
Well, it frames old age as like the next big adventure, not just waiting for the end. And in our culture, which is so obsessed with youth and terrified of death, that's maybe the most radical part of the whole book.
That's a great point, because the retirement village itself, Cooper's Chase,
Huh.
it's marketed as luxury living, active aging.
Sounds nice.
But it can also mean gates, schedules being kind of managed,
Mm-hmm.
gently pushed aside.
Mm-hmm. Out of sight.
So the club's investigation, it's like a rebellion against that.
Yeah.
They trespass, interrogate people, hack emails.
All with the confidence of people who used to run spy networks.
Exactly. The book seems to be saying, look, the right to be difficult, the right to be curious, that doesn't just vanish when you hit 75. Curiosity needs exercise, or it fades.
Such a crucial message. You know, when retirement can feel like being put on a shelf, Osman celebrates experience, argues it gives you a unique perspective that maybe younger eyes don't have. It completely reframes engagement in later life.
And the ending fits that perfectly. It's that classic drawing room reveal scene.
In the jigsaw room.
Of course. With a flip chart, probably a timeline,
Yeah.
and a Victoria sponge that sits uneaten while they explain everything.
Brilliant.
And the killer's motives, property values, local pride, feeling irrelevant. It feels small scale, but also huge, capturing that sense of a life's disappointments. Justice is done. And the club basically proves, quite publicly, your brain doesn't just stop working when your pension starts.
And look at the legacy. It's huge. Sold over 1 million copies in the first year.
Spawn sequels, Spielberg optioned it.
It actually created a whole subgenre, didn't it? The
Yeah.
gray, cozy, pensioner detectives, teacups as weapons.
Stakes measured in grandchildren. I love that.
And it's had a real-world impact, too. Retirement homes reporting more interest from people wanting that kind of community.
And libraries saying it's one of their most frequently stolen books, but people promise to bring it back.
Which the review called a compliment in reverse. It shows how much it resonates, tapping into this need for connection and purpose.
Now, okay, the review did mention some potential flaws, if you want to call them that. For crime purists, maybe?
Right. It's not super gritty, low body count, not much swearing.
Some plots wrap up very neatly, almost too neatly.
But maybe that's the point. Like, Osman is choosing neatness. He's arguing that, yeah, maybe order can be restored. Maybe community can fix things. It's thematic, not just lazy writing.
That makes sense. It fits the overall feeling. It prefers patterns over chaos, just like the club members solving the puzzle. It's hopeful, even while dealing with murder.
Exactly. It's a deliberate choice, reinforcing that comforting but still deep message.
So, wrapping up, we've seen how the Thursday Murder Club pulls off this amazing trick. Charming premise, really sharp wit, a complex plot, but also this profound message underneath about visibility, about the strength we have at any age. It's just a really satisfying read.
You finish it, and you almost expect to hear teacups clinking or crossword puzzles rustling, that quiet defiance of people refusing to be ignored.
Yeah.
What this deep dive really shows, I think, is that its core achievement is simple but powerful. It says curiosity, it doesn't have an expiration date, and neither does being, well, a little bit dangerous.
Doesn't end at 70, apparently.
Definitely not.
Yeah.
So thinking about all that, about Osmond celebrating these overlooked people, it makes you wonder, doesn't it? What hidden talents, what mischief, what potential is sitting quietly in our own communities, just waiting for a mystery to bring it out?